Okay, well, hello everybody. Lakeisha McKnight is here, and I want to welcome you to this very special presentation on today, and it is entitled How to Ensure Your Speaking Success When Working on a Small Budget. And we're going to talk about this just a little bit on this day. So again, thank you so much for being here and being present. So let's get into it. All right, here's a little bit of an overview. So during this event, you're going to learn the three struggles faced by every speaker. Usually, this is during a time when you are just getting started. This is what many speakers have faced. And I've learned this over the course of the years of coaching speakers all around the world and understanding their struggles. And these are the three common ones that I've noticed and that I've observed. You're also going to learn the number one problem to avoid in the speaking industry. And then lastly, you're going to understand how to receive a helping hand on your speaking journey, or at least during your journey. So here we are, three common speaking struggles. Let's get into it. Now, I've faced these. I'm quite sure some of the top speakers out there also have faced these concerns. People such as John Maxwell, Les Brown, Tony Robbins, all the great presenters and speakers out there have faced these same concerns, and they've come across some great solutions as well. So the common struggle that I've seen, number one, they have no clue where to start. I know you may concur, you may actually connect or even relate to this. Where do you actually start when it comes to really getting a professional speaking business underway, right? To really allow your business as a speaker to be successful, you have to have a great starting point. You have to have an idea of how to flow, how to connect your systems, how to put certain things in place so that you're not stressing when an abundance of opportunities come. And then you're trying to figure out how do you get yourself started when it comes to branding yourself as a speaker. That's usually the other area that I find with some of the speakers who are just starting out, just trying to figure out how do they brand themselves uniquely so that they don't sound like everyone else in the marketplace. So we're going to talk about that just a bit as far as how do you actually overcome this struggle. And there's a very, very effective way of doing it. Struggle number two has a lot to do with not having any money to be able to start. Now, does this relate to any of you right now watching this presentation? You're thinking about the finances. Where are you going to get the money to get this thing going? How do you get the money? How do you get the funding so that your business stays afloat? What are some co-occurring services that you can create so that your business continues to thrive? Yeah, that's what you need to be thinking about so that when you have those off times and you don't have a speaking gig going on, you'll be well on your way. And many times you just see the speakers giving their presentations and you're thinking that's all that they do. No, totally inaccurate. These speakers have other gigs going on that allows them to keep their businesses afloat. And we're going to talk about just what those other services are when we get to the solution part of this presentation. A third struggle. Now, does this relate to you? The big FEAR word, fear. Fear. We all know, we all have heard of the acronym, right, as far as what fear stands for. But we really need to conquer this area. We really need to conquer this area. Many speakers struggle with the concept of what's going to happen when I get on stage. Are people going to be talking about me? Or what if I forget my lines? Does that sound familiar to you? Forgetting your lines, wondering what people are saying about you. You're not trying to sound paranoid, but you're thinking, what are they saying? Do they like what it is that I'm saying? Is it resonating with them? Is my point coming across? That type of fear. Or just the fear of speaking in front of people. That's one of the most common things nowadays. I said it's the top thing, actually, that most people fear. They don't even really fear death as much as they do fearing standing in front of an audience and speaking. And so I want you to think about this struggle. Is this something that you face, struggling to speak in front of either a small group or how about 1,000 or more individuals in the audience? Some people even fear giving a presentation over the computer, such as this. So there's a lot of room for growth for most of us, okay? And I'm not even at the stage where I can say that I'm perfect when it comes to speaking. I'm seasoned when it comes to speaking, but perfect, I don't think anyone can reach the level of perfection in any type of profession. Okay? But fear, other than the fear of standing in front of an audience and speaking, some people actually fear success. You're like, oh my gosh, what if my business takes off the ground? What do I do? Or what if I get an abundance of opportunities to speak? How do I manage it all? You just have to have a lot of organization. You have to have organization. You have to have balance. Some of you probably struggling with balance. That's an area that many speakers struggle with because they have so many tasks, so many roles. But there's a way in which you can get things in order and maintain. And we're going to talk about a lot of that within the solution that I'm going to provide for you. So now that we've covered those three top struggle areas for speakers, let us take a look at the number one problem to avoid. Dum, dum, dum. I wish I had like one of those drum rolls where it goes brrrr, like that, right? Before I just whip it out on the screen. Okay, so the number one problem to avoid, here it goes, here it goes. Going it alone. Don't do it. Don't do it. Listen, here's a concern with that. I don't want you to waste a lot of time. I don't want you to waste a lot of money. Okay? Therefore, don't do it alone. You're going to waste money going and enrolling in this course and that course and this course and that course. Now, I'm not saying don't do it because we do have some viable options within Message Expansion Partners and the other projects we have. But, you know, if you're on a really tight budget, there are also some options out there. We're going to talk about it right now. You see, the courses that may be provided somewhere else, they give you more in-depth training. So if you want that more in-depth how-to type of training, those courses will provide you with that. But if you need a friendly approach, a personable approach, we're going to talk about that in just a moment. But don't go it alone. Don't do it, okay? It's a lonely road. You want to do it with other like-minded individuals. And so let's get into another area because there's actually a solution to this, okay? And the solution, if you're listening right now, the solution is the Pro Speaker Mentorship Program. Here you go, voila. The Pro Speaker Mentorship Program, that's right, where I would have the opportunity to actually work with many of you in a group setting. And I'm going to show you some of the features because I know you're wondering, what does it include, Lakeisha? What does it include? All right, so here we go. Here we go. Feature number one. And I know that you all know what mentoring is. I didn't want to be that elementary and put the definition of mentoring, but mentoring is more or less, you're like I would be more or less like a person that gives you guidance, but I'm going to tell you the truth even when sometimes it hurts. All right? So I'm like a coach, but yet like a friend, if that makes sense. Does that make a little sense? Okay. I'm more or less going to give you the straight talk of when it comes to speaking and developing a business around speaking. That's what you're going to get with this. So you're going to get one live mentor call per month, and this includes questions and answers after that call is given. And I'm going to be able to answer questions and things of that nature that you may have, okay? And so this is going to be really good because you get to speak with someone. You'll be able to touch bases with someone in the speaking industry doing it, and will be able to help you out, give you a helping hand, okay? Feature number two, you're going to get access to call replays. So those calls, those live calls, say for example, you have a conflict with your schedule. You're like, Lakeisha, I can't make it to the live call. Well, that's fine. You can access the replays. Not a problem, okay? So accessing the call replays is definitely a feature. Feature number three, you get access to weekly strategies within the private Facebook group. We have a private Facebook group that's open, waiting, of course, for individuals to join in because, again, this is the grand opening of the mentorship program. So, again, kudos to you for being here for the first presentation regarding this particular program. But feature number three, you're going to get access to weekly strategies within the private Facebook group. So it's really exclusive, okay? It's exclusive to those individuals. You want to take advantage. You want to really get that help, that helping hand that you really want, even though you may not have, a whole lot of money, but you really want that extra guidance to build yourself up, to really get your speaking business underway. So let's move on. Feature number 4, as you can see right here, being able to get access to peer-to-peer assistance with like-minded speakers. That means, for example, you've cut a video, you've recorded a video, and you want to get the opinions of your peers. You get to post a video during a certain given day. We're going to be able to do this, posting a video, and we critique your video. Right there, you get to be able to pick the minds of the other speakers in the group. How awesome is that? Okay, so not only will you get my mind, right, but you'll get the minds of your other peers inside of the group as well. So peer-to-peer assistance with like-minded speakers. That is feature number 4. Now, of course, this is feature number 5, all right? Feature number 5, it's a little bit of a typo, but feature number 5, this is actually where you're going to get free unlimited downloads of speaker success sheets, okay? Speaker success sheets, what does this mean? These are more or less like cheat sheets, okay? You're going to get like cheat sheets. So you don't have to go searching here, there, and everywhere for a shortcut to get things done. For example, putting together, your keynote message. There may be a little bit of a cheat sheet available for that. We're going to put all of the goodies, eventually they'll be added there. They're not going to be all in one area at one time, but we're going to gradually give you access to them. Okay, so stay tuned for that. You're going to get a little area where you can log in and get access to all of these things, the cheat sheets, as well as the call replays and all of these features here. Okay, so those are the features. You have 5 features with the mentorship program. Now let's get into some of the benefits, because benefits are different from features. Okay, so here we are, benefit number 1. Benefit number 1 involves you having the ability to enhance your speaking skills. No matter where you feel that you are right now, you could feel that you're a complete newbie, okay? Complete newbie out of the gate, don't really have a whole lot of experience, or you can be the individual who is experienced, you really just want to master what it is that you're doing. I mean, this is a stepping stone. We have other programs that helps you to develop speaker mastery, but this is just a way of getting going if your budget is small. Okay, so if your budget is small, this is a great way to start. All right, benefit number 2, discover how to build and maintain a strong speaking brand. That's right. It's so crowded in the speaking industry. How do you differentiate yourself from others who are similar in nature as far as what you speak on? This is where we fine-tune some things about your brand. It could be your message, it can be your logo, the colors of your website. All of these things have to do with your brand. So we're going to talk about how to fine-tune and how to allow your brand to be set aside as different and unique, so that you don't get lost in the big crowd of speakers on Facebook and the other places out there. How do you differentiate yourself from others? How do you have that competitive advantage over all the other speakers out there? We're going to talk about that, and that's a perk. Another perk or benefit of being a part of the mentorship program, you're going to be able to find out where to find paid speaking opportunities. You ever have that question, where am I going to find these? They're just hidden from me. Well, I'm going to give you some ideas, some suggestions, okay, that's going to help you to find them. Okay, it doesn't mean that we're going to give them to you. There's another program we actually give you leads. Okay, it's different from the mentorship program. But with this program, I'm going to show you how to find them. Where do you actually find like that area where they're just all sitting right there? So we're going to talk about that, because I know many of you are interested in being a paid speaker and not just speaking just doing it as a hobby. You want to get paid doing it. So we're going to show you how to find places, whether local or online, where you can find speaking opportunities. And then you have benefit number 4, okay? Benefit number 4 is critical. Now, why do I say this? Why do I say that it's critical? Because it is. It is. It's so easy to get burnt out as a speaker. Think about it. And I was sharing this with some others a few moments ago. If you do not create a system around your business, you're going to burn out because most speakers today are self-employed or small business owners. This means that they're the only ones working the business. This increases the risk of burnout and you're going to stop doing it. If your business gets sick, right, or if you get sick, your business gets sick. If you want to go on vacation, your business goes on vacation. We don't want that to happen for you, okay? We want you to have the necessary things in place. We want you to have support, okay, emotional support, because the journey can be very lonely. It can be very tedious. I'm not going to make it seem like it's easy because it's not, but it can be done with the right support, and that's what happens within the mentorship program. You will definitely have support. So what does it entail for you to get started? And I can't wait for you all to get started because I know if you made it this far and you're watching right now and you joined this event, you want to do something with your speaking. You want the help necessary to succeed. So in order to get started, it's $50 a month, one-time cost per month, $50. So from the time you register, it's going to be deducted every month around that date, okay? So you would simply go to lmcknight.com/pro speaker mentorship. Did you get that? And it should be posted right there in the box if you're watching it live. There is an area right in the box that where it was sent to, and all you would simply do is click on that link right there in the chat area or the questions area, and it will take you to the place where you can check it out. And once you click on it, it's going to take you to the place where you set up the payment that's going to be taken out every month, okay? And this is an investment for you in your career. So again, what did we say? You have special features, a part of the mentorship program. You have all of these benefits and perks of being connected to the program. It's all a matter of you choosing and deciding how bad do you want it? How bad do you want the assistance? Because there are other programs that we do offer, but our focus today is on this grand opening of the mentorship program. This is for specifically those of you who have a smaller budget, but you really want to get the help. You really want your questions answered, and we want to be able to help you in this particular way, and that's through this mentorship program. Okay? So now if you're needing that one-on-one support, now that involves individual coaching, which may be a little bit more costly. But if that's the preference that you have, we can discuss that further. But here is a group method that takes place normally on the phone, if you're wondering how the calls occur, on the phone, and if we need to, sometimes we may jump on Skype, depending on when it's needed. And you will be given a heads up when we do those special moments on Skype. Okay, so again, it's going to be lmcknight.com/pro speaker mentorship. That's where you're going to go to register and get yourself on board. You need a mentor. Don't waste any more time. Don't waste any more money. Okay? This is where you receive the help at a cost-effective rate, because we all know if you go to people like John Maxwell, you're probably going to be paying at least about $1,000 a month to get the one-on-one help or the group help. Okay? But again, I want to thank you so much for being present for this presentation. If you do have questions beyond this presentation, please reach out to me. All right? You know how to reach me. Most of you are connected to me with me on Facebook, so feel free to connect. Feel free to ask the question. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions at that particular time. Other than that, let's get you started. lmcknight.com/pro speaker mentorship. Take care, everyone, and be blessed.